Hey everyone, Sergeant Beddard back. I just was driving to work this morning and was thinking about topics to share with you guys. This one kind of popped in my head really randomly, but I was thinking about past supervisors and flight chiefs that I had that I didn't really relate with, but also those other supervisors that I learned a lot from because they were willing to share information with me just because they saw something in me, or whatever, they just felt led to help me with things. When you're an NCO, you owe it to your airmen to give them the tools they need to grow. Not just because the Air Force says you have to, but because you just genuinely want to see them mature, take that next step into becoming a more senior airman, because let's be honest, the way that we develop our people isn't as good as it could be. Anything could be better, right? Nothing's ever perfect, but it's the way we communicate professional development and personal development to people. But the main topic I want to talk about is access. So access is talking with your boss, talking with your supervisor, talking with your superintendent, talking with your senior enlisted advisor or cell, talking with your commander, talking with the other officers in your unit, talking to the people that have been in the military for a while, that have seen things and they have experience and they know what the regulations say, but they also understand the reality of things. There's a huge difference in what the regulations say and how reality plays out. When you read a regulation, you need to take it with a grain of salt and apply experience to it and tailor the regulation in a way, if it's vague, to identify what that regulation is trying to tell you. But let's talk about access. So there's a lot of stones that aren't being turned over that we all have access to, no matter what rank you are. The Air Force portal has a plethora of information that can be used for professional development. I'm not going to dive into every little nook and cranny. There's so many rabbit holes you could go down on that one website. But I'll tell you this, a lot of the information that I've picked up, a lot of the places I've been on the portal have given me a lot of the professional development that I need, that I've sought out. But I'll tell you this, the portal is a good place to start. There's a search bar, not guaranteed to work, find what you're looking for, but there's that. Another tool that we all have, even if you're not in the Air Force, is Google. That one's free, so you're welcome. There's also apps out there that are Air Force related that can help. The Air Force Connect app is something you can use to find information on what you're looking for, whether it's a phone number or, something of that nature. But let's talk about informal access. So informal access is stuff like this social media platform that I've been using to give you guys information on, where to go and stuff from my own personal experiences. Your supervisor is an informal and formal way to get information, to get access to information. You have to be able to ask the right questions and stir up the right conversations to get the information you're looking for. But your supervisor also should be going out of their way to give you information, and honestly be kind of random about it, but also be deliberate, because there's a lot of times when we have a lot of downtime and we're not really doing anything. We might be messing around on our phones or doing busy work or running around like chickens with our heads cut off, trying to track down things for other people. But when you find that downtime, go find your supervisor and ask them questions. Go find your supervisor and ask them about, hey, I know you were at this last base, what's it like? What was your mission? What did you learn? Did you have a good supervisor? Just pick their brain, find out what their experience was. Because I'll tell you this, and I haven't said it yet, but I've been thinking about it. Experience is the best teacher. And your supervisor is a supervisor for a reason, because they have experience. And that they can leverage that experience to teach you things that you don't know. Because we don't know what we don't know. And your supervisor have a lot of tips and tricks and goodies they would like to give you. You just gotta seek it out. So how do you get access to all the information you're looking for? Well, one way is to ask. Just ask the question. Another way is to research it on your own. Sometimes you don't even know what you're looking for, and you don't know where to start. And I'll tell you this, the Air Force, when it was created in 1947, it was not a switch that was flipped and then abracadabra, we have all of this, all these nice things. The Air Force is perfect. The Air Force wasn't created in a day. It was molded and developed over the course of, I'm really bad at math, but it's been a while, and it's still developing and it's still growing. And we don't know everything, and we'll never know everything. But what we do know is that experience has taught us a lot of important lessons that we still use today as far as best practices. So access is in history. Access is in lessons learned. Access is in your TTPs, your tools, tactics, and procedures. Or something like that. Tools, techniques, procedures, something like that.
Today, Junior.
Best practices. Those are where that's where we develop. But access is really, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Access, in a way, and how we develop the process. Access is just a part of that process. I'm shooting from the hip on this video just because I wanted to give you guys something to watch, and hopefully think about, how do you access information? How do we get the answers we're looking for? There's got to be some initiative taken on part of the supervisor or the flight chief. You see a troop that's going through something, sometimes access is inadvertent. Sometimes you see somebody not having a good time, and you're like, hey airman, in a non-derogatory way, what do you need? Do you need something? You look lost. Oh yeah, I'm just thinking, I've got these money problems, and my kid's sick, and my car isn't working because it's a Ford. Sorry, I just got rid of my Ford. But yeah, so when the supervisor is hearing these things, right? There's a difference between hearing and listening. He knows where to send that airman to get help, but also escorting that airman to the right place. Oh, you should go to the Military Family and Readiness Center. They have budget experts and they have people that can help you get back on your feet. It's day-to-day stuff that NCOs have seen over the course of however many years they've been in. But at one point, they were in the same position as airmen. Applying those lessons learned, giving access to that information to that airman is, that's how we develop our people. It's how we pay it forward. I've had plenty of supervisors that I guess they assumed I knew what I was doing. Maybe they thought I was more self-sufficient. But I'll be honest, looks can be deceiving. Sometimes I don't have a clue what I'm doing. And but I did go out and find the answer for myself. But I also had supervisors that were very forthcoming, and they knew when I was going through something. They knew me. So knowing your people. I didn't realize this video was going to go down such a rabbit hole. I really just wanted to talk about access, but if you're an airman and you think you don't need any help, eventually you will. Find that approachable NCO that's credible also, and humble. Approachable, credible, humble. Ask them that question that you just can't find the answer to, or you just don't have the time to find the answer to, and you'll get your access to the answer you need. But hey, I'll wrap up the video here. Thanks for coming by and watching me rant. But like, share, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you next time.